Hey yo, what up, what up? It's Lamech with Selah Sports TV. What up, fans of the fucking sport? So I don't know why I'm up going to the gym this morning, but I am. You know, that's all that really matters. But I ain't gonna hold you. Let's talk about what happened last night. David Benavidez put on a masterful performance. Here's my thing. I thought he would have to break character a little bit, right? I thought he would have to, I thought he would basically have to do something different. I thought the movement and slickness of Andrade would pose more of a threat to him. Somebody got in my comment section on one of my videos and said, Andrade ain't slick. Like, just because you lose don't mean you ain't slick. Andrade is definitely slick. He is. Like, if Andrade ain't slick, I don't know who is, right? He's definitely slick. Now, it wasn't a factor, right? It wasn't a fucking factor, but you know, we got these Canelo cocksuckers that, whatever. But yeah, Benavidez, he came out and showed improved, right? Stayed in character, right? Did not break character at all. He was every bit the bully in that ring, and that's what you're supposed to do when you have that much of an advantage. As far as size and strength wise, you're supposed to use it. You know, you're supposed to use it. And basically at this weight, he can just walk through these guys. You know, he can walk through these guys. Now, Andrade, he's not known for being a huge puncher, but he can punch. Like, there's no question about it. And he hit David Benavidez with some good shots that would have dropped a lot of guys, right? The shots he hit him with a few counters, walked him right into some counters that would have dropped a lot of fighters at that weight, right? Would have dropped a lot of fighters at that weight. But Benavidez, not only did he shrugged the shit off, he kind of turned it up a notch. He went into beast mode after he got hit with a great shot, right? He did that a few times in that fight. So look, Benavidez is that guy. Period, point blank in the fucking story. Benavidez is that guy. And I thought, you know, we in this microwave society, so you know, you take one loss and guess what? You're a hype job. You're overrated. You've been ducking and you ain't shit. You take one loss and all of a sudden your whole career is nothing. You know, that's where we are. We got a lot of these fucking, I don't know what to call it, man. I don't know what to call it. Soy boys. It's like this microwave soy boy troll era where you got to be first to say something. You got to come with like a hot take, right? Just, I don't know. I can't teach y'all how to be a man. Your father should have taught you that, right? But it's okay to keep things in perspective, basically. Like, you don't have to be extra. Like, one loss don't make you a bum. One loss don't make you overrated. None of that. You know, because here's the thing that you cocksuckers don't realize. When you do that, when you say, oh, he was a bum, he lost, you're taking away from Benavidez's performance. He basically beat a bum now, right? Instead of beating a two division champion, Olympian, right? Instead of beating somebody who's worthy, you're gonna dwindle his whole career down to nothing. You see what you fucking faggots do, right? So, anyway, I'm off that because we on to the next. Like, boxing don't stop for nobody. The game keeps going. And next, the spotlight is fully on. You see the thumbnail? The spotlight is on Canelo, right? The spotlight is on Canelo. I hear the reports that there's been coming out about who he's about to fight next and all of that. I don't think that's gonna work, bro. I don't think that if Canelo fights Munguia, he needs to be fucking stripped. Right? If he fights Munguia with no plans of fighting David Benavidez, really, it just need to be David Benavidez next. Like, how many tune-ups do you need? You fought John Ryder, you fought an old Triple G. Like, come on. It's time. Like, you fought all those other mandatories, right? Omni Yildirim. You fought all those other mandatories, but you're ignoring your WBC mandatory. Right? The spotlight is on Canelo. The spotlight is on Mauricio Solomon. Right? The public is demanding that fight. The public is demanding Canelo Benavidez more than they're demanding Fury and Usyk. That Fury and Usyk fight, I'm telling you now, it's going to be trash. It's going to be a trash fucking fight. It's going to be a horrible fight, I guarantee you. It's not going to be an action fight. It's going to be a faint fest. Right? It's going to be an absolute snoozer. So yeah, man. I think boxing's in a better place today. Things are a little bit more clear. I hate the fact that two of my guys had to face off with each other, but I know that Canelo demanded that. I'm sure of that. It ain't a doubt in my mind that Canelo demanded these two guys fight. And not only that, he demanded it without even guaranteeing that he would fight the winner. You know? But like I said this before, like, Benavidez winning this fight puts more pressure on Canelo than if Andrade had won. If Andrade had won this fight, I doubt Canelo would feel any pressure to fight him. And I doubt he would have fought him. Right? Andrade would have had to go through someone else. He probably would have had to go through two more guys just to get to Canelo. And by that time, Canelo's back over there on the zone doing who knows what. Right? Doing who knows what. But Benavidez won. Canelo has two more fights on PBC. It keeps the pressure on him. And I like it. You know, so the question is, which way will he go? Right? Which way will Canelo go? Because we can't forget that Boogeyman he's in the picture too. And I'm talking about one Terrence Bud Crawford. Right? Terrence Bud Crawford is in the picture as well. He's fully in the picture. And he seems dead set on fighting Canelo. Like, he's not, no matter how many times people say, I don't know. He wants that fight. Crawford wants to fight Canelo. And he ain't the type of guy that's gonna sell his old. If he's taking the fight, it's because he wants to win. Like, when they asked him if he would fight David Benavidez, he's like, nah, I'm not interested in that. Right? And I think that's not a good fight for him, honestly. I just don't think it's a good fight for him. But he does want that Canelo fight. So let's keep him in the picture. We really need Canelo to go one way or the other. And by one way or the other, I'm talking about Benavidez or Crawford. Right? Personally, I'd rather see Benavidez versus Canelo. I'd rather see that fight. Benavidez has been his mandatory for years. Right? Benavidez has been calling him out for years. Calling out Canelo. Benavidez is the one that people have been asking for. Now, I get it. Crawford, that's a hot fight after Crawford beat the fuck out of Spence. Like, Crawford entered the conversation. Right? But that's that's a new phenomenon. I would like to see Benavidez get that fight. He deserves it. Yeah, I just think he deserves it, right? As for Terrence Crawford, I would love for Crawford to. I get it. He's done his tour. He has done his tour. His victory tour. He's done it, right? I would like to see him buckle down and get more into his career, right? What he's gonna do next, because he's saying he only wants mega fights. Well, it ain't but so many fights that classify as a mega fight. It's really not. It's not a whole lot of fights that classify as that. Like, other than Canelo, who would give Terrence Crawford a mega fight? You know, Personally, I like the Jermell Charlo fight. I don't think that's an easy fight for Terrence Crawford. And I got Bud Crawford as my number one pound for pound guy. But him fighting Jermell Charlo is not an easy fight. Do not think for a second that Jermell Charlo will fight Crawford the way he fought Canelo. He would not. He absolutely would not. Absolutely would not. Right? Crawford's coming up in weight. Crawford's not a bigger guy than Jermell Charlo. You know what I mean? So I still like that fight. I like the Jerron Boots Ennis fight. I would love for Crawford to say, you know what? I would like. Here's what I hope happens, and I ain't even gonna hold you. Here's what I hope happens: Canelo get off the pot. Either get off the pot and say, I'm gonna fight David Benavidez. Announce it. Let us get excited for that fight, right? Do your job as the face of boxing. Since y'all want somebody to be the face of boxing, do what the face of boxing does. Do what a face of boxing is supposed to do, and give the people the fight they're clamoring for, right? Do that. That way Crawford can move on to what he wants to do in his career, right? Now he can move on. He can get the Canelo fight out of his head and spin the block, fight Ennis. Go get your belt. Beat him the fuck up. And I have no doubt that's what would happen. Like, Boots Ennis is not on that level. He's not on the level. He ain't fought no, and they know it. They know it. Go back and fight Boots Ennis and then move back up and move up. You fight Boots Ennis, and the reason why I'm saying this is probably kind of far-fetched, but if Crawford goes right into a Jermell Charlo fight, Jermell Charlo's gonna have that excuse of moving up and down in weight, right? That's why I don't understand why the IBF chose to strip him so fast. Like, they know he just had a fight. They know he just had a fucking fight at 168, and they want him to rush down and do a Roy Jones, lose all that muscle that fast, and move down and fight at 154 against a pressure fighter. Like, that's a recipe for disaster. They was trying to get him fucked up, basically. It's not so much that Tim Tszyu is head and shoulders above him. I think it's a great fight. But it's not so much that, but that moving up and down in weight that fast, that's not even realistic. I don't know why they would expect him to do that. So Crawford moving to a Jerron Boots Ennis fight, that gives Jermell Charlo a chance to get reacclimated to his true weight class, right? Or just go to 160. It gives everybody a chance to straighten the shit out, right? I also like Crawford versus Tim Tszyu. Crawford, if he wants a mega fight, he can fight Tim Tszyu in Australia and cake the fuck off. He can go to Australia and fight Tim Tszyu and get all his money and then some. He could absolutely do that. Does he want to do that? I don't know. Right? But that's why I like where boxing is today. You know, I think the picture is a lot more clear than it was, and you know, we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. But hey, if you like the video, bing off on that like button one time. Peace.